Hi everybody, hope you're all keeping well and keeping safe. It was a long time since I've spoken to you last. I've been keeping an eye on Dojo, and I can see a number of you have been keeping up to date with your learning and engaging with the work Mrs. Quayle has been posting, so well done you. As we're unsure of when we'll be back in school and to carry on with our learning, I thought I'd create this video to share some resources that might be of use with your understanding of certain concepts in maths. So the video I'd like to share, or the resource I'd like to share with you on this video is called Mathsbot. So it's a website which is free to use. So if you go to www.mathsbot.com, you should come up with this website when I get to it. Mathsbot.com. So here you'll find lots of different resources, Key Stage 3, and also going into GCSE. But the resource I'd like to share with you today, if you scroll down to manipulatives, and if we go into algebra tiles. Now I've used this with a year 8 class already, and many of the children found this really helpful with their understanding of specific math skills. So in the middle here, you've got your workspace. Up here, there's a menu bar with lots of little tools that you can make use of. On your left, you've got some different colored squares and rectangles. And on the right here, you've got some red rectangles and squares. If you click on labels, you can see that the squares, rectangles are labeled. Don't worry too much about the x and the x squareds and the negative x and negative x squareds, because we're just going to focus with the ones. So you've got yellow, which is +1, and red, which is -1. Now you can drag and drop the squares as you wish, or an easier way is once you've chosen the square you want to copy, you click, and then up here you can copy underneath, next to it, and above it, depending where you want the squares to go. If you've put too many squares down, you can delete your last action, or you can click on specific squares and delete those. If you've finished working in that space and you want to start again, you can click on tidy. So it goes all blank for you. Another good thing about this resource is it helps you with your understanding of adding and subtracting negative and positive values. So if I just get an example of yellows and reds. So here I've got 3 yellows and I've got 3 reds. Now, as we know, a +1 and a -1 will cancel down to 0. So if you put a red on top of a yellow, or a yellow on top of a red, they will disappear. So we call these 0 pairs. So this is going to help us with the calculations today of adding and subtracting negative and positive numbers. So I'm going to start with some addition problems, and then we'll go on to some subtraction questions as well. So first problem, if I have 3 add 4, pretty straightforward. I'll have 3 yellow, and then I'm going to add 4 yellow because they're both positive, and that gives me 7 yellow in total. If I start with a -4, and if I add a 3 to that, so because it's a -4, I will need 4 red tiles. And then I'm adding a 3, so that's a +3. So I'll need 3 of these. And as I mentioned earlier, the yellow and the red cancel down to 0, so I have my 0 pairs. So all I'm left with is 1 red which is -1. -3 and 6. So again, I start with 3 red, -3, and this time I'm adding 6 yellow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can cancel down, and I'm left with 3 yellow, which is +3. This time I'm going to add 2 negative values. I'm going to have -4, and then I'm going to add a -2. So this time I'm starting with 4 reds, and then I'm going to add another 2 reds because they're both negative numbers, and altogether I have 6 reds. So 6 reds gives me -6. Let's try 4, add a -2. So this time the 4 is positive, so that's 4 yellow. And then I'm adding 2 red because I'm adding -2. Again, these 2 reds cancel out with 2 yellows. And that leaves me with 2 yellow. My last example for addition, let's have +2, and I'm going to add a -5. So again, 2 yellow, and this time I'm adding 5 red. Yellows cancel out with a red, and I'm left with 3 reds, which is -3. Right, I'm now going to show you subtraction using positive and negative values. So the first one, 6 take away 4, pretty straightforward. So I have 6 yellow. If I'm taking 4 away, that leaves me with just 2 yellow. So 6 take away 4 equals 2. Let's do 2 take away 5. Now, I start with 2 yellow. I don't have 5 to take altogether. So I need another 3 yellow so that I can take 5 away. But if I'm putting the 3 yellow in, I need to put in 3 red as well, because these are my 0 pairs. So these cancel out. So if I take 5 away now, I'm left with 3 red, -3. -4 take away 1. So I start with 4 red. Now I don't have a yellow one to take away. So I need to include a yellow one, but because I'm putting that yellow one in, I need to cancel it out with my 0 pair. Now if I'm taking that 1 away now, the yellow, I'm left with 5 red, which is -5. -4 take away -2. So this time I have 4 red, and I'm taking away 2 reds. So -2 take away -4 take away -2 leaves me with -2. -2 take away -4. I start with 2 reds. Now I don't have 4 reds altogether to take away. So I need to include another 2 reds. But because I'm including 2 reds, I need to put in 2 yellows to cancel them down. So if I take away the 4 reds now, take away -4, I'm left with 2 yellow, +2. And my final example is 2, take away -3. So this time I start with 2 yellow. I don't have 3 reds to take away. So if I include 3 reds, I need to include my 0 pairing. So now I can take away the 3 reds. I'm left with 5 yellow. So 2 take away -3 gives me +5. Let me get up here. So on this slide, you can have a go yourself. So some examples there that you can try. So if you pause the video and go back to Mathsbot, you can attempt these questions. Once you're going to go, you can check your answers on the next slide, which I shall put up now. So if you got them all correct, well done. If you got some mistakes, again, you can go back to the video, compare with the examples I showed you, and you can try them out again. If you'd like to try even more questions, you can go on to corbetmaths.com/content/, and this gives you a load of worksheets that you can try. If you scroll down, you will find negatives, addition, subtractions. So if you're going to textbook exercise, it'll give you a worksheet with loads of examples. And it'll also give you a link to answers as well. There's also a video here that you can try out, and you've got some exam style questions there as well. So I hope this has been of use to you, and you've got a bit of understanding of adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. I hope to create more of these videos in the future. So keep an eye out in Dojo for any updates. In the meantime, keep up to date with Mrs. Quayle's posts and 5-a-day questions. If you'd like additional work, BBC Bitesize is a good site that you can try. So in the meantime, keep safe, keep well, and hopefully see you in the near future. Bye all.